to living memories. We got Amber and Sienna, which is, I think, an OC. So I'm waggling my finger. Waggle, waggle. The girls are kissing. But that takes some time to get there. Yeah, living memories. We're gonna do something else because I just cannot take. I can't. I just can't take. You know what? Let's use the old background since apparently some people think, God damn it, now people know my name is Carl. Don't ever use it. Here, we'll just keep using this one because might as well get my mileage. Living memories. Time travel. Time travel. Fix it. Post ending 4. It's an odd story. And for some reason, it eventually involves a bunch of Toho. And honestly, I like its gumption. I like the cut of its jib. I like that it has the moxie to do what it wants. It feels... I've said before that, like, if you're gonna write hot garbage, at least write it for yourself and indulge, Take a big drink from your personal piss supply. And, I don't know, I write living memories in my own spare time because I had fun. Because I liked it. So I know it's good. I did fall off the wagon because it happens too much. And I just lose track of things. But let's have ourselves a good deep breath. Wait, hold on. One moment, please. What is this? You never know what you find on discs these days. So, let me just turn on the screen and we can get going. Glugging piss by the gallon. Amber starts her first day of high school at Volcano High, only to find herself back in the past on Anon's first day. I want to waggle my finger, but we all know that, yes, it is technically Anon's first day. She's not able to tell anyone who she truly is, willingly. Both at the risk of changing history and due to some faults that actually prevents her from saying anything. You mean legal repercussions for violating copyright on her own existence? Will she be able to live out her days of the past without endangering her future? I mean, the real question is she gonna go back to her own time, or is she gonna have to deal with future Amber? Both are fucking weird. Both are weird. Alright, chapter 1. Shit. I dropped something. No, Safi, why are you always like this? Well, that's a problem for later then. Oh. Amber meet Amber. What voice do I use for Amber? I'm gonna have to use her voice a lot. We'll just go with the protagonist always sounds the same. It'll work better that way. And if Anon comes along, we'll just give him the good old-fashioned, "Hi, I'm Anon E. Moose." Works perfectly. We're gonna go back to this. Buildings of the city pass by in a blur. Hold up. We need something a bit more slickin'. There we go. The buildings of the city pass by in a blur. I had no idea how long I've been running for now. I don't know why I chose to run. As if my body moved on pure instinct while my mind tried to make sense of what was going on. Both agreed on a single thing. Whatever came over me back there could have killed me. If I hadn't snapped out of that painful stupor, my life would have been cut short right there and then. My legs ached from overexertion. But they didn't stop moving as if clinging to desperate hope. Reaching my destination would make everything better again. It's not so long now, I'm almost there. Arriving at a house, the comfort it would have provided me was nowhere to be seen. Sank further into despair. My legs failed to support me. A prickly touch of grass encompassed half of me. Man, that's great. My body becoming unable to move, all I was left were my thoughts. Weakly reached for my cell phone from inside my backpack. So, like, with how fast technology's been going, it's fairly likely, right, that her phone shouldn't work. It's, like, connected to 6G. Like, if you are 14-ish when you go to high school, like, by then we have 6G, right? Oh no, I should have brought my 5G. The main screen gave me the only information that mattered in this moment. All decided to be some kind of nightmare. Just had to. My mind drifted to when I woke up. Not today, but rather that day, in order to hopefully find that answer. I appreciate that. What a nice intro. Okay, hold up, right? I've said this about a lot of things, but like, what just a nice little intro. It's 3 paragraphs of someone running in a painful stupor, exhausted. There's something going wrong, and they're then thinking of other moments. It's a little overwritten. It could have been 2 paragraphs, but it gets the point across because they're in front of their house, or at a house, I guess. I feel like it should have been more clear that it's their home, but or at least that's the intention, because that better creates a sense of like if you arrive at home and you're not, it's a 25-year society of grace. Listen, that only works in 2025. It's unfortunately 2026, my man. You're a year too late. We can never use that meme again. What a terrifying thought that we now live in the year 20XX. Mega Man should have been here by now. But what a nice little intro. It's half a fucking page. And we're already like, what's going on? Who is this person? What's happening to them? My God. Would it kill you fuckers to write a half-decent intro? I groaned in response to the sound, trying my best to ignore it and go back to sleep. The softness of my bed was deeply alluring at the moment. It was inviting me to continue embracing it, slowly drifting back into the best sleep imaginable. The noises got louder, much to my annoyance. Get up. Make up. Once again, I drove the sounds out of my mind and nuzzled my pillow in preparation for myself to return to Snoozeville. The covers were suddenly yanked off of me, subjecting me to a temperature change. Don't sudden twice. I gave you a compliment, I'm taking it back. Got a little bite to it. It feels like it wants me to give a shit. It creates a character that is immediately vulnerable. And it's vulnerable, it's kind of personal, it's kind of immediate, it implies risk. We're immediately like, oh no. And it's not overwritten. No, I cried out, trying to reach for the bedding in vain. Opening my heavy eyes, I spotted the one responsible for my early morning suffering. A light blue, technically she's green, still baffles me, holding my sheets in her hands. Mom, put the covers back. You know I can't do that, Missy. I'll be late for work and you'll be late for your first day in high school. High school? The words sloshed around my sleepy brain for a moment, and the pieces were put together. I sat up in a cold sweat, suddenly regretting the decisions I made last night. That's the day. Really, Amber? Thinking the more time left in my vacation. How do you not notice? Surely Sunday as the concept has come up. I followed Auntie. Oh no, isn't that usually like Monday, Labor Day? I don't know. I followed Auntie Stella's recommendation for some old school anime to binge watch until late last night. It's really weird, but like for some reason, despite the fact that we are way past when anime was already socially acceptable, it's become socially unacceptable again. My dad keeps saying it works in cycles, and he's kind of pissed about it or whatever. I'm so screwed. Not being accustomed to operating a couple of hours of sleep, I was just asking for this day to suck. You were up late again, Morgan. My mother's tone made her disapproval and exasperation, Leo. Heaving out a sigh, she tossed the covers back onto the bed and opened the window shutters. Why didn't she start with that? Letting the dim light of dawn trickle into my room. It's September. It's bright enough in the morning. Just get up and get ready. I'll make you some coffee to go with your breakfast, but just this once. We can't have you relying on caffeine this early on. You're also 14. It'd be really weird if I start suggesting my child take stimulants this early. Jesus, what's wrong with me? After words, I promptly got up and headed for the shower, turning them on before closing the door. With extra sugar and cinnamon spice, right? Just how I like it. With extra sugar and cinnamon spice, right? Just how I like it. Fuck, Amber's gonna sound weird. We're just gonna live with it. We live in Amber's world. A tired smile. Yes, I know. There's no way you drink. You're giving your child. She's 14, and you're pumping her full of coffee already. How do you have the budget for this? So don't worry, sweet tooth, and I get a move on. Having been granted the one thing that would hold my day together, I showered with renewed motivation. Moving on, getting dressed, I put on a pair of jeans and a yellow blouse, adjusting carefully so that my wings didn't tear the slots more than they already were. Listen, normally I give shit for stuff like this, but it really just... It's really straightforward. It's just a jeans and a yellow blouse. It's nothing too specific, and it introduces us, if we don't already know, Amber has wings. It's great. It's all you need. I mean, it's a little overwritten, but I'll give it this much. I kind of like it about it. I like the purple prosy qualities it sometimes has. Little chef's kiss. It's done properly. It's done fun. Peering into the large mirror, I made sure my hair was combed perfectly. Perfect. Oh, wait, properly perfect. Oh, shit, I made the mistake. Having finished getting ready, I made my exit, grabbing my backpack and checking out everything I need. Notebooks, check. Phone, check. Charger, check. Awesome. Wow, you're such a nerd, Amber. Ugh. Isn't that cute? We get a character trait by what she does and how she thinks about things. It's not she going, I'm such a nerd. It's like she does the thing and you're like, ah, you're such a nerd. Who else is so excited to go to school? To check their fucking bag for their fucking notebooks. Ever since they made Mecha Trump the president of the world, things really went downhill. Anime was declared anti-citizen media and Elon Musk technically owns all our organs. Now, that would never happen because we all know that Elon Musk is non-stop gooning on Twitter right now. The man invented the perfect gooning machine and has not stopped since. Man, if I was on Twitch, I'd be banned by now. They don't like the word gooning. Making my way through the hall, down the stairs, I hopped over a couple of steps in my hurry, and then I landed on my face. Landing at the base of the stairs, I approached the entrance of the house and left my stuff at the entrance. With that said, I headed into the dining room and was greeted with a familiar face. Sitting up at the table and speaking audible was none other than my dad. Good morning, kiddo. Had a rough wake-up call, yeah? Morning, Dad. I am. This is a little messed up, that's all. My statement earned me a raised eyebrows. I took my seat. I bet, don't you think that's an understatement? As much as I hate to admit it, he was right. It was more than certain that Mom had already told him that it stayed up late again. I mean, I'm pretty sure Anon can just sense that. He's your dad, and he does anime, so he probably just has an anime dad sense for this. Grok, the only AI made with the express purpose of sexually harassing women. I'll give it that much. That's a unique selling point. Is it a good one? I don't know. But the market will decide. That's such a weird thing to say. I blame on Stella for tempting me into watching this old anime. I was at the station, I threw her under the bus. I'm sure she won't mind. Man. Jesus fucking Christ. We are not even like 3 pages in, and I already like Amber. If she's the character in the beginning, she's vulnerable. She's a little sassy. She's a nerd. She's got a sort of, she's got an essence already. We already like her. Because she's a fucking character. Jesus. Do you see why I wanted to do this one? I'm not yelling. Get out of my house. Don't accuse me of yelling in my own home. Normally I side with you, Amber, but you let the temptations win on a school night. You better be ready for Mom to check you in on you every night like clockwork for the next couple of weeks to make sure you're asleep. I winced at the words. Listening to a bit of music and lied, not night. Doing so, and both of them went to sleep. Really helped me unwind after whatever day I had. I think that little comfort taken from me for the foreseeable future really happened how much I screwed up. Oh man, what a way to start the morning and the school year. Holy shit, why isn't Amber saying that she's depressed now? Amber, you're supposed to loudly declare to the reader that you are sad now. Stop being sad and say you're sad. I held my head in my hands in despair. There we go. It was then that the well-known grip took my shoulder. It's such a fucking tiny detail. But the fact that her dad gives her so many shoulder pats that it's a well-known grip says so much about what kind of cool dad Anon is. Turning towards Dad, he gave me a comforting smile before taking one more sip from his mug. I like how I like everyone in this story, and that's good, because they're all going to get fucked up in about 5 minutes, so it's really good that we like them. We want Amber to win, because we like what ends up happening, so we have something to lose. Look, Amber, I know how much you like to listen to music with... Look, Amber, I know how much you like to listen to music when you're supposed to sleep. His revelation served shock. sure to shock me. My eyes going wide. He knows about it? How? For how long? What didn't expect this was an answer to my thoughts. I've known for a couple of years by now, if I recall. You started around the time you entered junior high. By the way, you're not the only one who might be up that lit, you know. You're in your 30s at this point, Anon. You can't. You're not allowed. Anime's for kids. Stop. Please. There are no adult anime. Especially not anime specifically about being legally required to have sex. And then a couple of people resisting that by not doing that. That's an anime. I wish I was kidding. I can look up the title for you if I have to. My jaw dropped even harder. But the reveal of my nightly tendencies wasn't as discreet as I hoped. I was once again exasperated at myself, realizing that I had muttered my thoughts out loud. I love that he has it. It isn't as common as his mumble, but exasperated to get me like that was to make me nervous. So, I like it. We've got a reason she mumbles, is because she's nervous. If we stick to that, great. Fantastic character trait. It also makes Anon's plot mumbling a bit more like actual plot MacGuffin, but at least it's honest about it. I hung my head on defeat, which followed by me receiving a few pat-pats. Hell yeah, we get the pat-pats! Jesus fucking Christ, it's one chapter and I'm already in love. I kept my head down because I knew I'd see his trademark grin if I've read your mind once again. I cleared his throat before addressing him. Hey, I didn't tell you to stop doing it. As soon as he said that, I made eye contact with a crease on my How do you look at your... What? Oh, she's rolling her eyes. All you have to do is make sure you don't get caught. I'm gonna shoot you a message before I head to sleep myself to give you a heads up. Sound good? Think carefully about his proposition. Didn't take a genius to figure out that he was doing this for my sake. Hey, yeah. That's actually so she goes to bed on time without making it a huge thing. In a funny way. That's good dadding. Not necessarily undermining the wife. Just making it so that if the wife does decide to do it, she has it. Like, it's kind of cutting a compromise in a way, isn't it? I think it's great. I got my arms moving around him. Happy to know he has my back. Don't think getting out like a stick tooth. That's what kind of father would I be if it didn't make my daughter happy. Every time I embraced and I nuzzled into his chest in appreciation. I'm just lucky to have him as my dad. My dad. My dad who was in the band. Oh. I can't believe my dad was in a band. And he kept saying it as my dad and the band. Well, I got that from Trish. Wait, if Anon starts talking like Anon again, does that mean that Amber's gonna start talking? With the South Atlantic again? Yeah. Getting emotional this morning, I see. Mom's voice came from the kitchen. It was long before she appeared, around in the corner with a plate and mug in her hand. I retracted from the embrace we were in and set us straight. That was just giving me a motivational talk. Yeah, motivational talk. I couldn't let Mom find out about the deal between us. And my response is she narrowed her eyes before turning and gazed to her husband. Since when did you start getting all teary-eyed over a pep talk? And since when did you learn to touch the heartstrings of a teenager? That's such a fucking low blow! Since the day you and I got together, he said with a confident grin. Well, I cringed at his cheesy lines, and I was on the contrary. Like, of course, because they're both dorks now. He's ruined her. That's a no one. Oh, I know you weren't as much of a smooth talker back then. What can I say? It's a skill I picked up along the way. He definitely knew how to read her around the nose when you needed to. Or lead her around. On the other hand, she was fully aware of his weakness all too well. From your days of annoying people in online forums, I assume. I thought you promised you wouldn't bring that up in front of our regular seat. To be honest, I don't know what a South Atlantic accent is. I don't know if you scream like a radio host. Let's do a number on my throat. Ugh. God damn it. They're still posting about the kitty. Kitty! Just like saying kitty kitty, okay? I see a cat, right? I walk around on the street and I see a cat. I immediately just go, kitty kitty! I can't stop myself. And then I say, puss! And then I blow that raspberry at them. It always gets their attention at some point. That's the point. I thought you promised you wouldn't bring that up in front of Amber, Lucy. Mom's eyes widened as she realized the mistake. I didn't notice, however. Though I didn't notice it, however, since my attention was focused on... What do you mean? Then how did you... Okay. I love you're basically making this like... You were an internet... You were an internet troll? You grimaced at my bluntness. I was. No more than denying it now, I guess. Oh, God, we need to find something for these guys. Like, I could do this all the time, but I just don't wanna... Fine, I'll just work with it. I was. No point in denying it now, I guess. Resigning to his fate, he mutters his true thoughts under his breath. Still am, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I giggled at his involuntary confession. Just like he could read my mind, I could also read his from time to time. Although, admittedly, my dad does it a lot more than I do. It's kind of weird how he sometimes just has soliloquies. Like entire 2-hour-long soliloquies, and he's just mumbling, and... I think he got that from his cousin Inko. He stands there. Why do we leave it at that? Mom set down the plate and mug in front of me. My breakfast today was a nice serving of sunny eggs. Listen, the sun does not belong in your eggs. Some bacon and a chocolate... I just want to do the on boss, okay? Proudly in the meme wars of 2030. The man stood when 4chan fell. They finally couldn't afford the server costs. Mostly because RAM had become impossible to afford. Because somehow Nvidia was still like circle sucking itself off. Nobody could get any RAM, and 4chan went down. They tried to steal it, and they thought that no one would ever know, but that's how they got caught. That's how they got caught. Every single bit of RAM had a little remote detection chip to it, and also a small bomb. They got blown up, I guess. Man, the meme war sucked. Way too much guerrilla warfare. Run out. I'll steal it, and no one will ever know. God damn it! Accompanied by a slightly hot mug of coffee, emitted a pleasant cinnamon smell. I like that because she's a dinosaur, she would think things are less warm than they are. Taking the mug by the handle, I blew the coffee off to cool just... I assure you that blowing over coffee does not cool it enough. It's water. That shit holds on to heat like crazy. There's a reason it's used as a coolant. After a bit, I took a sip. The sweetness engulfed my taste buds and I instantly and set me into a bliss, making me squeal in delight. Let him stare at me in amusement, but I didn't mind. I relished in the sensation as I dug into the rest of my breakfast. Dad went back to his own mug, and Mom joined us with her own food. Now together at the table, we enjoyed our breakfast, and more importantly, ourselves. What? What do you mean, ourselves? What the fuck was that? That was a weird noise. Charcuterie board. Charcuterie board? I guess no one will ever know. After finishing my breakfast, I quickly brushed my teeth and made for the front door as Dad called out to me. Take care and enjoy your day, Amber. Turning around to see him and waving. What is going on? Waving goodbye from the top stairs, I waved him goodbye. What? Oh, your house has some stairs, probably. I will. See you later, Dad. We both exchanged wide smiles before I walked out the door and into the morning light. Mom was already in the car, so not to waste any more time, I hopped into the backseat as fast as possible. You're ready to go. Yeah, I double-checked everything before I went out the door. Got everything I need, I think. Now that I haven't asked about it, a certain uncertainty crept into me. It was just one last check. It's fine, sweetie. It's your first day. You don't need much aside from some pencils and notebooks. All you have to do is relax. How the fuck would you remember? You went to high school. Like, by the time your kid goes to high school is farther away from you than you're farther away from high school than you are from when you first started forming memories, right? Because maybe 3-4 years, you know? That's assuming you had this fucking child like day one. On days like these, kids like you should go to school. Hey, on days like these, kids like you should go to school. Plays the Delta Arena. God damn it. Can't believe I got sent to school. At least fine, sweetie. It's your first day. So I don't need much. Okay. We drove out to the streets of Folk Caldera Bluffs. Watching the buildings pass by in the blur for a bit, we finally started approaching the familiar building. Mom and I had already been to multiple occasions, more importantly, my high school. For some reason, a slight shiver went down my spine, probably anticipation. Who knew what awaited me this year, and who I'll get to meet? I fidgeted in my seat as Mom parked her in her designated spot inside the school's lot. Once we came to a stop, she and I exited the car, moving to our separate ways. The distance between us grew more and more before I got right at the range to hear her, and she called out to me, "Enjoy your first day, sweetie." "Hello, Mom." Giving her the happiest smile I could muster, I shifted my attention in the direction of the entrance. After walking a bit, I reached the base of a long set of stairs that loomed to Volcano High. Peering across the school's front, my determination to make the most of my time here skyrocketed. I couldn't begin to imagine the stories I'd tell my parents later. Of my first day, what teachers and classmates, my thoughts so far. They'd been intently listening to me all the way, and as if I meant the world to them. Well, I probably did. I feel like that's what was inappropriate there. It should be did. Or am? No, you did mean the world to them. Because that's how you say it. You do mean the world to someone. Not you are mean the world to someone. They loved me with everything they had, and I returned their affection as best I could. Wow, you are so emotionally intelligent about this. I'm so happy to be the daughter. You said that already, but I get it. Climbing the steps, I already couldn't wait to see them. When I didn't know, it was going to take a long time and a thickable circumstance before I could see them again. Either way, I had seen today. So, I just something a lot of fics tend to miss is this element of like setting things up or implying that you already know where your story is going. It's so nice that this fucking story has that sense to it. Anyway, this is great. This is just nice. You know, we can go back to falling down and see like where we're at chapter 10. Just for shits and giggles. It's summer of 2029. That's the next year, right? No, that's 3 years later. Jesus Christ! Falling Down takes place over multiple years? There I go again thinking about her. Oh, they broke up? Dang. Actually, them breaking up makes the whole, like, 2 POVs weirder. Only have a handful of contacts. Eric? Oh, you became friends with the cop guy? Why isn't Damien in there? Don't know why I still have Olivia's number. Interesting. Don't tell me that Fallen actually gets better over time. I hate that. Maybe I'll take a look on my own time, which means I won't. Oh, it's doing this thing. Ugh. Lunara, here I come. Well, let's take a little peekaboo at chapter 15. The last update was in May. I don't think Fallen Dawn's going to get finished. Inko, November 15th. No year. I guess we just lost track of time. Wow, we lost track of time. Some of these straight up don't mention things. They all start with Inko. The nightmares tell me about him again. You know, there's an old saying in writing, never send your character to therapy. I have a condition too. You know what I also like about Living Memories that I don't see in the other one very much? Samantha. What I really like about Living Memories is that we have decent length paragraphs. It's not just 18,000 lines that all start with I. It's the little things. Apparently they finally got a cover. And then they stopped making it. Man, there's this one person who apparently just hates Damien's fucking guts. What the hell? Show up and kill Damien. Kill him. Well, sorry, Fangs went into the fridge to go. Somehow she survived. So who knows? She belongs next to the milk. That's a great way to put it. Man, I love this woman. She fits just perfectly next to the milk. So next time we got chapter 2. And you also may notice, the chapter, not that long. Nice paragraph length, feels like actual fucking English. Wow. My standards are low. Bottomed out. I'm gonna have to update my reading list with I don't care. Maybe I'll do it in my off time. That's a great way for me to say I'm never doing it. What a great way to put it. God, I want to start vetting this stuff, but I know that vetting stuff's hard. I mean, there's also Infamous Fall and Return, which also kind of read all right and actually was going places and did some really funny shit that made me laugh. Oof. Wasn't it Broken Wings that, like, solves its problems, like, 2 minutes in? Incredible. Oh, well. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to leave it at this for now. I'm kind of exhausted. Why does Fickle we can't have moms around? Will Sophia get the sword stick? Every mom must die. End. You have to. It's why we wake up in the morning. That good old dead mom. But I want to thank you all for coming. It makes my day a little better. Yeah. That is a problem plot-wise. But, you know, if the reading is all right, like if it's got a bit more sense to its structure, doesn't have a bloated word count and stuff, I can take a lot more. The problem with Fallen Down is that it's like 18,000 different problems at once, similar to Nothing to Something. But I'm honestly starting to get to the point where I realize that Nothing to Something was just a warm-up for how bad it can get. Which is just the worst. It's knowledge. It's like finding out that Cthulhu exists and like, no, buddy. That's step 1. That's the beginning. Ugh. We'll do more next week on the Friday. I'll try to remember. I'll put it in my phone so I actually remember. That was my bad. I can make excuses, but there are no excuses for me being an idiot and taking full blame and responsibility for it. I don't get paid. I don't care. I hope you're ready for the Copewick fave. Oh, okay, yeah. So someone did tell me about last second save. Oh, they made them canon? I thought they were just releasing them. Oh, they're... How can they be canon? You already have multiple endings. Whatever. One of the canon endings is that actually one of the endings never had... I have to admit, I've been thinking about last second save and matters of trust. And I don't know if I care. I've long had the opinion, and kind of my stance has been, any return to Snoot Game in a serious sense is going to earn me my. Listen, buddy, you can't keep returning to Lost Glory like this. Like the bonus chapters were fine because they were all meant to like pad things out. But if you're gonna start writing or canonizing additional parts of the actual endings, I'm like, buddy, get out of here. Get a hobby. I get that Wani didn't work out the way you wanted it to. They're probably pissed off about those plushies. I've been hearing that apparently those Olivia plushies are getting fucked over. It's like the worst. Woof. Man, I'm baffled that Tabletop Simulator's apparently got a 2.0 roadmap. Releasing them and canon. Shit. It's been it has been 6 years. It feels like it's been less, like 4 years maybe. Okay, hold up, buddy. Senator, please. You what? Last second save is a hardcore cope fic, not like a healthy cope fic, but like the hardcore shit, the crack cocaine of cope. Damn, that's wow. Yeah, I really do. I really feel like there's a lot of gaps in Wani that could be filled in by someone who gives a shit. Like every fucking character could use some building. Like Mia and Liz and so forth. They could use a little more background and anything. Jesus Christ, why did they canonize just such a sappy thing? Ending one is supposed to be a punishment. You can't make it good and then canonize the good. I'm sorry, but even Living Memories does not have the strength to stand in between this shit sandwich. Jesus Christ, Senator, why must you ruin my day? Matt is just, I don't know, I'm afraid. It's an E2 cope, and Broken Wings was already bad. There, buddy. Pat. A Broken Wing is ending too. Huh. Jesus, man. I'm so fucking. I'm almost inspired to go back to writing, but then you have to bring this stuff up. All I need is some. God. Well, maybe next week you could tell me all about what Matters of Trust is like. I thought I heard that Matters of Trust is supposed to be bad. They're supposed to end poorly and you don't get any choices. Like, God, I'm just. Like, here's the thing. I can kind of see a road to recovery. Because when you really dig into it, ending one's big moment is that fan commits this atrocity that cannot be taken back. But outside of that, it's not impossible. It wouldn't go quickly. It wouldn't be easy. I'm sad now because this implies that fucking Caveman doesn't know what they're doing either. Admittedly, I have my opinion on Snoot Game and Wani has soured over time, that they are not as deep or insightful as they appear to be. I've always given Snoot Game the exemption of like it's very clearly just meant to be like for a specific audience to teach a specific lesson, and under those contexts, I'm fine with it. But that's why I don't want them to go back to it, because if they ever go back to it, it implies that it's more than that, and if they imply that it's more than that, it's pathetic and bad. It's the problem. Sorry, you just can't go back. It's a Snoot Game. It's done its job. Any future returns imply that you just want to. Oh, that's not good. My live stream tab crashed. Any return to it just it's trying to recapture lost glory. Feels like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird and annoying. I'm a guy on the internet. I don't have that many followers. I'm not famous or popular. Disregard my opinion before you make it your life decision. Snoot was a shitpost. Rest is actually just industrial. What do you mean with that? I just always felt like Snoot Game had a point to it. It had a purpose. It tried to fulfill that purpose. It's funny. A lot of jokes, kind of carried by its comedy because like the main characters were very boring and flat, and it was intellectually incurious about certain concepts that it tried to grapple with. It's really bad in that front. But as a shitpost, I like a little comedy routine. It's fine. Maybe that's why all the fanfics suck. Because the source material isn't that great either. Man, that's so sad. The whole Olivia plush thing, though. Those people pay money for the thing. And then they made the Seaside soundtrack, to which I can only say, what do you mean, Seaside? It's unreleased tracks and demos. We can get them for $1. Well, that's cheap enough, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you guys next week either way. We'll do more of this. And by then, maybe some more people have some more opinions about those fics, and we can drown ourselves in the knowledge that I'll never engage with them because it just ain't my thing. Thank you all for coming. Don't forget to show up next week. If you like it, if not, who cares? Oh shit, I forgot to end the recording. I'm dumb. Fallen Drown. It was the most the most high effort of shitposts. They made it with love, and that translates into the reading, and now they want to mangle it. What for do they want to mangle it? Do they want the prestige, the fame? Do they want to relive lost glory? What could drive a man to look at a fine shitpost and then stomp all over it? Perhaps we'll never know. Perhaps no one will ever know. Why am I like this? By the way, none of the OGs are with Kate. Wait, what? Hold up. Hold up. I was about to. Wait. What do you mean the OGs aren't with it anymore? I thought Caveman was still the same group. I kind of figured they were like just a loose gathering of idiots and losers, you know, as you are, who were just kind of having fun with it. I didn't think they what? What? This is the news I didn't see coming. That I don't want to see coming. I don't want to know this news. What do you... Oh man. This is I'm just like I was under the impression, right, the whole time that Caveman was a group of people. And maybe some people came and went, you know, as you do, because that's just how it goes. But not in the sense that like the whole group changed, you know? Like there was a core bunch of people that were still around. Like I know one of the people who worked on this made their own game. I forgot who it was and what they made, but they made like their own little thing with furries and stuff. Damn. Man. Paleo fantasies. What the hell does that mean? Why are people throwing well, I guess Senator left, so we're never gonna get an answer. Maybe next week we'll get it. Smurf village gender ratio. What words are these people using? think I've had enough. I think I've had enough. I think I'm tired of myself, of life. I still thank you all for coming, but the mental damage from today is gonna take some time to heal.